Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Gotcha here, back with you for another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at some EZAs. Basically, we got some EZAs posted. Honestly, this was like, how long ago was this? Yeah, this is like, what? Dang, so this was 5 hours from 12, so just about almost 18 hours. It's a little late. It's a little late, but yeah. I'm excited for like these EZAs. I did look at them, so at least majority. Like maybe going back, I need to look at them again just to like see what they're doing exactly. But basically, I did look at them, so I do kind of know what's going on with these EZAs. But I want to go over them in this video, obviously, because I know not everyone has looked at them. Soon as of recording this, we're actually going to be getting the data download, so that'll be nice. We'll have them in there as well as the LRs too, so that'll be pretty good. But yeah, let's take a look. So we'll start with Zamasu. We have the Dokkan Wiki translation, so we'll take a look at these. Okay, so on the super attack effects, we are raising attack and defense for 1 turn, 30% buff, and then recover 7% HP. So okay, that's pretty nice. I believe he had the 7% HP before. He also had this. It didn't change or anything, so that is something to keep in mind. Alright, so the further passive, we got 180% attack and defense. Reduces damage received by 40%, which he already had. I don't believe he had the attack and defense start turn. I believe it's just this, and then he has this next part. The attack and defense up to 120, depending on the HP. You know, the greater HP, more HP, greater the boost. I think that's all he had. So I think the 180, I'm pretty sure is new. Which is actually pretty substantial because, you know, obviously having a lot of defense with damage reduction does help. Characters with just damage reduction and no defense, they're still gonna get ripped through. Like, it's, you know, it's not, it doesn't really help you that much when you have no defense to go, unless you have 90% damage reduction like AGL Golden Frieza, like something like that, like, you know. Alright, reduces damage received by 20% when allies attacking the same turn are Realm of Gods characters. So I saw this and I was like, okay, hold on, like 20% extra damage reduction plus the 40, like that's pretty good. The only issue here, I don't like how it's restricted to Realm of Gods. Now I don't mind a restriction. Like I don't think that's an issue. I think the main thing here is that for me, I don't like Realm of Gods as the restriction because obviously you have characters like Zamasu, AGL Zamasu, and maybe like Goku Black and Zamasu, maybe. But like the villain teams you run, like realistically that you would run this guy on, you're not running a full team of like Realm of God, so you're not always going to have that active. Especially if this is a guy you're gonna float. I don't know if this is a guy you're keeping on rotation either. Like I'm pretty sure this is someone on the team you put on the team just as like a 6th option, and like you're probably floating them. So I don't know if I really like this because he's not always gonna have the 20% damage reduction unless you build the team like Realm of Gods, and I don't know if that's great. Now I know obviously you could rock like the blues as well. They're Realm of Gods technically, so like Vegetos and stuff are going to be on there, but obviously this guy works better with villains. So like mixing and matching, it can get a little bit iffy, I think. Alright, monster's additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack starting from the turn in which the character receives 6 attacks, or the 6th attack. Now, like I said literally before, if this character, which I'm assuming most people run him as a floating role, getting 6 attacks is going to be really hard, especially in the style of events that we have now, where these bosses don't actually hit as much, but they're hitting so much harder that you're just dying instantly. So you're also gonna want to like finish the fight fast, and typically these fights are taking pretty quick. You're not gonna get this buff, I don't think, active very often, if not at all in some runs, for that additional super. And I don't know, I feel like if this is gonna be what they're giving you, I feel like they should do more. Like I don't feel like an additional super warrants, and it's not even a guaranteed additional super. It's a great chance of becoming a super. I don't know if that warrants you taking 6 attacks. Like his super attack effect is not that crazy. It's 7% HP, like, and then attack and defense. Like they said 30% is nice, but it's not that crazy. I feel like if he's gonna need to take if he's gonna need to take 6 attacks, that buff should be like another 20% damage reduction or something like that. I think that's what that should have been, and then that would maybe warrant 6 attacks. because then you actually would want to go for it. This, you just don't really care very much. Like, the additional attack is nice, like I said, but it's not even a guaranteed. It's like a great chance. That's 70% chance. That's good for sure, but you're not always gonna get it. It's not even guaranteed. So I don't know. I think this character is fine, and I think this character should be like solid on some teams, but I don't like exactly the way Zamasu was built. I don't think this is an L, but I don't think this is like a complete W either. So I don't know. But yeah, let's move on to Trunks next. So we got Trunks here. Okay. So let's see what he's doing. Greatly raises attack for 1 turn, causes supreme damage, and raises defense by 40% for 6 turns. So this actually used to be a 30% buff. Now it went up to 40%, which is actually, I don't think it's something we've actually ever seen. For 6 turns at least. So that is pretty crazy. 40% for 6 turns is really good, right? But okay, let's look at the passive. Attack and defense was 180%, reduced damage received by 40%, sales same as Zamasu. Then raises attack and defense by 180%, less HP the greater the stats boost. So this guy wants to be lower, it'll have higher stats boost. This is actually higher than Zamasu's I'm seeing. So Zamasu went up to 120, Trunks goes up to 180. So that's something to keep in mind here. Launches an additional super attack and affects effective against all types when there is a Realm of Gods category enemy. So this right here I don't think is bad. This is against an enemy. You're not having to build a team in a way just so Trunks can get a buff. You're just, when there's a certain enemy, you get this buff. I don't think this is bad with the Realm of Gods. Honestly, both of them I feel like should have just been like future or super and extreme. They could have just swapped it. I think that would have worked fine too, especially for the Trunks, because you get this very often, if not like everywhere you basically run this guy. So you get a guaranteed super, mind you, not just a normal, like a guaranteed super anti-super effective. That is pretty good. Like super effective, like obviously this guy is not going to be like a huge damage dealer or anything, sure, but super effective is just, it's a nice, it's like something added on there. Like he didn't have it before. It's kind of nice, you know. And then the last part of his passive, reduces damage received by 10% starting for the next turn in which the character performs 6 attacks. Now this, I don't know how much I like this. Now obviously if you're fighting Realm of Gods, you'll have the additional guarantee additional, so you're guaranteed 2 super attacks, or 2 attacks, and then you'd want a hidden potential and you get 3. But at the earliest you could get this buff is turn 5, performing 6 attacks, and that's if you get godly luck RNG and get the hidden potential every single time, and you're fighting a Realm of Gods category enemy. Mind you, we do obviously have this red zone that is Realm of Gods centered, well, like it's Dismal Future centered, but you know, a lot of the later bosses are Realm of Gods characters, which is nice. But there are a lot other bosses than just those bosses. Like that's not something you're going to see all the time, so you're not always going to have that additional super. And mind you, the additional supers with this guy are very important. Remember, he's raising defense by 40% for 6 turns. Any additional supers are going to greatly increase his defense, paired with the damage reduction. And maybe if your health is low, like this guy could look good. I just don't like this blast bit of his passive. Other than that, I don't think Trunks is too bad. 10% damage reduction here, this is way too low. Like, let's be real, like this should be, I don't know, 20, 30, something like that percent damage reduction, not 10. Like, come on. But other than that, I don't think Trunks is too bad. I think this Realm of Gods restriction is a lot better than Zamasu's having to have Realm of Gods characters on the team. I think that I don't like that as much as having to fight Realm of Gods, because at the very least we do have Realm of Gods enemies at the moment that are tough. So this isn't completely useless or anything. So I think that is nice. But okay, kind of similar rating for both Zamasu and Trunks. They're not like a super W or anything, but they're not an L. The truth was actually saying something like how they're basically mid, which is I guess that's probably a good definition actually. They're basically mid. They're not good, but they're not bad. So you know. All right, let's look at Future Gohan next. Let's take a look at Future Gohan. So Future Gohan, this guy's an old one. So and I actually, looking at his passive, like I said, I did look at these. I do think this guy may be the best of the bunch, possibly. I think it might also go to them, but we'll get to them later. So yeah, let's look at this. So massively raises attack. Notice there's a comma there. So remember, this means he's massively raised, just infinitely massively raising attack. That's crazy. That's 100% attack every single time he supers. That is really crazy. Then he's raising defense for 3 turns. That is really good too. So this already looks like a character you really want additionals in. Now, as we get into the passive, we'll see. You could also you could rock another build too. Down here you could rock a dodge build too. That works, I guess. But I would probably go for additional. But let's read the passive. Let's go. Attacking defense was 158%, plus an additional attacking defense was 158% for 5 turns from the start turn. So that's really good because events right now, like, they're pretty quick. So 5 turns is not bad. Like, this is not bad that he's only getting that for 5 turns. This actually does work, I think. Then another attacking defense was 158% when HP is 85% or less. This, look at how much percentage. I know these are all start of turn, but look at how much he's getting here. This is a ton. Like, he's gonna hit hard. He's gonna, I know there's no multiplicative buff, but like the amount of start of turn buff you're getting here is insane. Bro, like, yeah, actually, now I'm looking at it, this is actually crazy how much he's getting. Okay, plus an additional attacking defense plus 58% when HP is 58% or less. So if you're even lower, you're getting even more buffs there. A lot of this guy's passive seems to be HP related, at least for this portion. But okay. Future Saga category allies key +2 attack and attack plus 30%. No defense there. Kind of sucks. It's not the worst, but like at least there is support. Key support is obviously great. Attack support is nice, but defense would have really been great there too. We could have really used some defense there for sure. High chance of evading enemies' attacks, and launches additional attack that has a medium chance of being a super when there's an androids or future category enemy. This is really good because, like I said, the new events as of right now, the hardest ones are other than Omega are future and androids. So that does work. That does work. I wish this super was a high chance at least. The medium chance is kind of iffy. Like, that's not like crazy. Like, you can get it. I don't know. I feel like high chance would have been better. I feel more confident with it. But he does get a 50% chance to dodge. Like, and he's supporting, and he has this insane super attack effect too. Like, raising defense for 3 turns plus the infinite massive attack stacks, and then plus just how much stats he's getting from his passive in general. Like, this guy I think is in contention for the best of this batch for sure. I think it's either him or this character, but like I said, we'll move on to them in a second here. But yeah, future Gohan looks pretty good. So it looks like we're getting a good future Gohan, LR and the EZA. Kind of sucks for this Gohan, but Dejeuth actually made a good point that a lot of people should consider that the LR future Gohan that we're getting is meant to be ran, or should be able to be ran in slot 1, and this guy is probably a good floater as he's supporting. Now obviously the super attack effect, you'd probably want him to be on rotation and stack, but let's be real, you're probably floating this guy. This is a guy you're probably floating. He has 50% chance to dodge, he's supporting. You're probably floating this guy, just have him floating around the team. So that means the LRs won't really interact with each other, which means there won't be an issue with links. So that shouldn't be a problem. Even if you're running double future Gohan, just have them both on a rotation and then have float this Gohan, I think you'll be completely fine with that. That is if you build the team the right way. But okay, let's move on to the last one. So we got Trunks and Mai. So this one's actually the newest of the characters. They came out during the 5th anniversary on Vegeto's banner, which is interesting because this is a sub EZA technically of an LR EZA. This is I believe the first time we're seeing this actually now. So interesting. All right, let's take a look. So greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Causes supreme damage to enemy and lowers attack and defense. Okay, so lowering attack and defense. This reminds me. This is actually pretty good for the Vegito blue fight. Lowering attack. That is pretty nice. So I guess I can't say that's completely useless. that is pretty good. Plus this guy, this character is actually pretty solid in Super Battle Road. Super Battle Road isn't crazy right now, but like they are pretty good. They were when they were out. They definitely were really good in Super Battle Road. So, all right, let's take a look. Attacking defense of 150%, then reduces damage received by 30%. This is new. So they get this when all its allies are Future Saga in the turn, which is very easy to get. This is a character I'm probably only ever going to run on Future, so this is very easy to get. But 30% damage reduction, it's nice. It's nothing crazy. 30% isn't nothing crazy, but it is nice. Regardless, right? Key 3 plus an additional attack needs of 150% when there's an ally whose name includes Super Saiyan Blue on the team, which should be really easy, especially if you have Vegito. Blue Vegito, any Vegitos for the matter of fact, will have this. Not a character like Vegeta and Trunks, even though Vegeta's there. I believe Vegeta and Trunks actually does his have. Hold on. I actually never seen the name. I feel like, why do I feel like I've never seen the name of that card? Actually, it might have that. I didn't even think about that. It might. Let me go check real quick. I just want to make sure that I'm not spouting nonsense. Vegeta. Let's just see. Type in Vegeta. We'll come up. We'll load. I guess not. Hold on. We'll just look through here then. Is it super? It is. Okay, so this does count. Okay. That makes sense. It makes sense, obviously, but just needed clarification. So that does count. Vegeta and Trunks. So yeah, even Vegeta and Trunks counts. If you don't have the blue Vegito, Vegeta and Trunks counts. That counts too. So that's nice. At least there's a character that's a little older now at this point. A little over a year. That a decent bit of people should have. Especially coming off of Saiyan Day, which I know a lot of people summoned on. So okay. That is good. Plus an additional attack needs was 100% when there's a Future Saga category enemy. That's pretty good because, like I said, we have enemies from Future Saga. That's nice. Okay. And then plus an additional key plus 3 attack plus 150% and performs a critical hit when facing an enemy whose name includes a Master Goku Black. So we actually do have 2 fights. Some of the hardest fights in the game. Both of which, one being Zamasu and then one being Goku Black. So this actually is pretty nice. A guaranteed crit against them. Now, 150 attack. I don't know if this is a character I really need to attack or is going to be a damage dealer. But like I said, the guaranteed crit I think is what I'm mostly glad about there. Or I think is pretty good there because guaranteed crits are always nice. And then one more thing I want to pull up before we wrap this character up is if I can find them. Where the heck are they? Hold on. Should be right here. Yeah. They actually have a what do you call it? Active skill. So we do have to keep this in mind. They do have an active skill here. This shouldn't change at all. I don't think it can change at all because of how active skills work with Dokkan and like their EZAs and stuff like that. So until we ever get that fixed, they should always stay the same. So let's take a look here. I haven't seen this in a bit. Okay, so we're raising attack by 628%. Does damage to the enemy. All attacks become crits, stuns the attacked enemy, and then reduces on defense by half. Okay. Yeah. So it's more. This was good in Super Battle Road for sure because you could just get this from the 3rd turn when there's a Trunks or Mai in the same turn. So it was like it was pretty easy to get this. So like turn 3 stun was pretty good. So okay, yeah, that's pretty much all the characters there. Like I said, I think this character or this character, these two are in contention for the top spot of this batch at least. I don't know how they'd rank in terms of sub EZAs. I'd have to see. I wonder how would they rank in terms of like the sub EZAs, I guess, and like like the just non Dokkan Fest EZAs, non like EZA area or LR EZA, stuff like that, right? I wonder. I'd have to see. More uses of these characters are going to definitely come into play for sure. I'm excited to use some of these guys too, like Future Gohan and Trunks and Mai actually as well. I'm excited to use these guys. So yeah, that's pretty much the EZAs right there. Pretty nice. Not a bad batch, not for sure. This is not the worst batch we've seen. Like remember we had one for Saiyan Day, and we had like what, one good character, solid character in there, maybe 2 at max. I think Inwis was pretty solid too. And then we had STR God Goku, which I still think he's actually solid. He's a solid character. He definitely can do some work in the Melkor core fight. I've used him in there. He's pretty good in there. But yeah, not a bad batch for sure. Not a bad batch. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I believe these EZAs should be a 4-way EZA, kind of similar how they did the Saiyan Day EZA, like how they did the Realm of Gods EZA. So I think it's gonna be similar to that, like a Future Saga version. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about these guys. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. But that's pretty much me. We will see you guys in the next one. Peace.